Hey guys, um, good day today. Saturdays in the spring are always fun. Had really good practice. Guys got after it, so excited about that. Got some good recruits here. Had the Touchdown Club here, a bunch of people from the Touchdown Club who are huge supporters. And then we had our coaches clinic this weekend as well, so we had a bunch of high school coaches at practice. So in the building yesterday, which was a lot of fun. So great football weekend, and now we move forward. So anything I can do to help you, I will.
Just a couple weeks into spring, I guess. How do you feel like the defensive transfers have been picking up the system and kind of adjusting to everything?
Yeah. Well, we just completed practice 8, and really it's not just the transfers picking up. I think the transfers, more of it is picking up the way we do everything, because the scheme is actually new to most of the guys, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that are similar to what we did, and then there's a lot of things that are different. So I think everyone's doing a really good job. I think the coaches are doing a good job communicating, the scheme and the techniques, and I think the players are doing an equally good job of trying to receive it, learn it, master it, and then the summer is going to be so huge, right? That big block of time where we can work with them and they can work with each other. So I think we're in a good place. We're on schedule.
One of those defensive transfers we haven't asked about is Cam Miller. Take us through the process of getting him here, and what have you seen from him in these first 8 practices?
Yeah, Cam's having a great spring. He's a great guy to have on the team. I enjoy coaching him. He's a football guy, just loves it. Always coming back, wants to meet, watch film, talk ball. So he's a great addition.
Looking at the passing game, there's some more continuity this year compared to last year. I mean, looking at how they've grown throughout the spring, do you feel like this passing game is starting to take it to the next level in terms of their progression so far in the spring?
Yeah, I mean, anything would be more continuity because Ethan had never played here, right? So what he has under his belt now is 13 games with his guys. And, yeah, no doubt there's more of a comfort level. I think a better understanding. The thing that I've learned about playing and coaching, or really anything in life, is the second time through a complete cycle, you make your biggest improvement. Because now you know what to expect, and there can be little nuance that you can add or understand that was already there, but you just didn't understand it. And that's really the thing that gets improvement, right? Because now you can make those incremental improvements over time consistently. When your first go-through is, you get a little better and then you slip back a little bit and you get a little better, whereas once you're going through that second cycle, I think you can make more consistent improvement, and that's what I see happening.
Last year you had a number of guys who became great leaders. Are you starting to see in spring the new guys who are starting to emerge? Do you look and see, okay, who are now our leaders going to be?
I do. I see some guys that showed signs before and now are stepping up in the absence of some of the leaders that, have moved on to the National Football League. And I'm excited to see how they handle this rest of spring and then the summer. Summer is a huge time when your team comes together. We get to work with them, but they do a lot on their own as well. And that leadership is critical to their development. So I think we have plenty of leaders, guys that are going to grow as leaders, and we just have to help guide them. It's our job.
With that continuity on the offensive side of the ball and all the changes on defense, the new faces coming in, graduation, what have you seen from this unit? Is there anything you can take from 2007, 2008 when the offense kind of was coming into its own?
Yeah, I don't really think of it that way. That's a long time ago, right? It's, like 16, 17 years ago. So I don't really see the comparisons, but I guess now that you say it, if I think about it, I could see that comparison. But I just think offensively, we have to, first and foremost, we have to win up front. Right? That's always the case. You got to win the battle up front, whether it's in the run game or the protection game and the pass game. You have to, and then the skill can take over. But without that front five playing at a high level, it's hard to do anything. Now we've improved quite a bit in the offensive line. This will be a real test, right? We lost a guy that is 50 starts in Holland Pierce. 50 starts. That's a lot of starts. We're fortunate to have the rest of the guys returning. So let's see, see how they do.
We talk a lot about the young receivers. I guess one guy in particular, Ben Black. I guess what did he show you last season? What are your expectations for him now as he continues his development?
Yeah, we have high expectations for Ben. Ben is a very talented athlete. He can really run. I think he's getting better and better. You know, Coach Brock and Coach McNulty are doing a great job of bringing him along. And he's got some really good guys in his room to help him as well. So, yeah, I see marked improvement in Ben. And I think, again, his second cycle through, huge for him.
Spring transfer portal window over the last couple of years, generally not a lot of activity. Now with the 105 roster cut down being forced, do you anticipate more movement in this portal window that opens this week?
You know, everything is so fluid, Brian. Like even the 105 now, you know, what the judge said is, go talk about it. Let's figure if we can do something here. So the one thing I've learned in this whole process since I came back, right? So remember in 2019, December, when I took the job, none of this existed. And all of a sudden, it all trickled out in different, you know, different times. And what we've had to learn to do is adapt. Every step of the way, you have to adapt. Otherwise, you're going to wake up one morning and you not know what to do. So we've adapted the best that we know how here in our environment, at our school, in our program, and we just have to keep doing that. And I can't tell you that I know what the next, you know, as soon as I walk out of here, I can't tell you what is going to happen this afternoon with players from other schools. You know, there's stuff that's going on that I've never seen, and I've been doing this 38 years now. It's okay. Just figure it out, right? As it comes, you got to learn how to handle it. And I think our coaches, our personnel staff, everybody's doing a good job of just trying to figure out how we do it here.
Gus Zielinski's going into his third straight year starting center. How have you seen him grow as a leader as the years have gone on, and what's the excitement level having, you know, his younger brother Hank here too?
Yeah, Gus has really just made steady improvement, both physically, understanding the position and our offense, and then to have Hank here, you know, is huge for him because they're such a close-knit family. And I know he's excited for his little brother. Like nothing would make him more happy if you could have a stretch of years where, you know, Zelinskis was the name at center. So he's working hard to help him, but he's working hard to be better himself, right? Because now he's one of the upperclassmen. He's one of the guys that has to step up as a leader. And he's doing that. So it's exciting to see.
You mentioned it all starts up front. You've been around a lot of great offensive line coaches. What makes Flats what he is?
Yeah, he's a great teacher, you know, a tremendous human being, just a great person and a tremendous teacher. He's got the patience of a saint. He can take these young guys and just keep working with them. But he, you know, I talk about when you are passionate about something, it's not work. He's passionate about offensive line play. And he loves to work with young people. He'll work round the clock. If a young man's willing to come in and work, you know, there's no limit on what Flats will do with that kid. And that's why you see consistent improvement through every level. The young kids are getting better. The older kids are getting better. Now it's just, you know, I just got done telling the team, you know, our number one opponent right now is time. You know, we're up against the clock. We were 8 practices in. It seemed like yesterday we started spring, and now we're going on to practice 9. So things go fast, and when coaches like Coach Flaherty do what they do, it sure helps win that battle against the clock.
At the midpoint of spring now, how's the team's health? How's everyone doing? Any updates there?
Yeah, you know, I don't get into the big injury things. You get bumps and bruises in spring football. If that's all it is, you're very fortunate. You know, to me, when a guy has to go get surgery, then it's serious stuff, right? And we haven't had any of that. Some guys will miss a practice here or there. That's okay. You know, that's the game we play. It's a violent game. But I think so far so good. But it's just like everything else. You never know. You just say your prayers and hold on tight. And that's what we're doing. I think our guys, they're really working hard at being, you know, we always talk about be a pro. They're really working hard at that. Their nutrition, hydration, sleep, all the recovery things we have in the Hale Center, they're using that. You know, and that to me is when your football team is committed, is they do the things outside of the required stuff because they're trying to be the best they can be. You know, that's our definition of success, doing everything you can to be the best you can be. And I see a bunch of guys that are doing that. I see a bunch of staff members, coaches, support staff. So everybody's trying to do everything we can, but it's a race against the clock because, you know, that season's coming. And but I'm excited about it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.